Good morning. It is April 15th, 2020. It is hump day, so we are doing a dragon drawing today. We're going to be doing a water dragon. All you're going to need for today is a drawing pencil, and I'm using a General Pencil Company Kimberly 4B, a kneaded eraser, a Pentel high polymer eraser, and my trusty Snoopy hand sharpener. And I have a bunch of pencils, so I seem to go through a bunch of pencils during these sessions. So again, today is hump day, so we're going to be doing a dragon. I'm going to be doing a water dragon today, and we're going to kind of use this whole space here, and we're going to start with some searching lines. Some of the pencils that I started this month with are already down to almost uncomfortable lengths, so I'm using a longer pencil. I'm going to be using a distance grip or a distant grip, kind of moving around this whole page here. And I'm just going to do some searching lines, some fun little searching lines. And what I like to do for Wednesdays, again, is a dragon, just because it gives my brain a little bit of a break. Yesterday I had a hard time figuring out what I wanted to do, so today is going to be something that I can kind of pull from real fast, which is a dragon. And this is a water dragon, so we're going to use a lot of waves and some kelp and maybe make it more of an aquatic dragon. And with having some references to a leafy sea dragon. Okay. It's a beautiful day in Monterey right now. Temps are in the high 60s. It's sunny, so if you get a chance, folks, get outside. Get outside if you can. If you can't, well, I get it. Sometimes it's hard to find space and time within your day. So again, I'm just using searching lines and kind of playing around with composition. I'm using some references of kelp, definitely, and as well as waves. So I'm going to use this space up here for the head of my aquatic dragon. I'm using circular motions here to kind of figure out brows and eyes, nose. Okay. And searching lines are really important because they're not the lines that you're intending to keep. They're lines intending for you to create your composition, your focal point, your subject. So they should be loose, fun, and non-committal lines. All right, so I'm going to actually be putting a wave here. Down here, this is going to be a crashing wave. It's also going to be part of the body here of our dragon. I'll put a hand right here, so I'm using, again, a circle. A bunch of circles here to kind of describe the shapes that I want to make. All right. This will be another kind of claw down here. Keeping, again, very playful. Another crashing wave, maybe, right here. Gonna make this drawing very surreal in a lot of senses. Oh, what am I saying? I make all my drawings kind of weird. All right, and we're gonna do a nice, I'm gonna use this brow right here, and eye. Gonna pull an eye down here, just right there, just so. Big nose. Just keeping my lines kind of loose. good. My dog's kind of coasting around me right now, looking for table scraps, I'm sure. Okay, we'll make a lot of this stuff look like giant kelp. All these things coming off of him. Yeah, okay. Maybe his mouth is open down here. Giant kelp coming off of him. His ear to look like a giant kelp. Yeah, okay, I like that. Maybe make instead some webbing instead of fur that I usually like to put onto my Asian dragons. Yeah, maybe webbing. Make them look more aquatic. Right? Yep. Gonna just have a bunch of crashing waves. Trying to figure out where the dragon begins and where the water ends. I'm also gonna do the parts of kelp that come out. Little floats, basically. Gonna have his tail. It's like one big piece of giant kelp. Fun stuff. Okay. Yeah. Fun. All right. I want to make that something else. So as you're going through and just drawing this with me, just keep your pencil moving around. Don't necessarily worry about placement yet. We're just kind of have a little fun with figuring out where things are going to go. Okay. So we're having a wave here, wave there. Dragon's going to be morphing into other things. Pieces of kelp, crashing waves, spray from said waves. Pieces of kelp coming from random spaces, right? Right? Yeah. So as you're going through, just keep it loose. And that's what I'm doing right now. I'm not really concerned about realism. I'm concerned about movement of my pencil, movement of lines, etc. right? Just have fun playing with the shape. And I'm actually having these kind of turn, these pieces of kelp turning as they're going. Waves crashing between them, because why not? Boom. Right. Okay. Leading to the tail area. I hope you guys are all having a wonderful Wednesday. I know it's a crazy time in our nation's and our world's history, but we gotta maintain. Okay. A lot of activity in this drawing, that's for sure. A lot of stuff going on. We'll be adding details later, but for right now, we're just having fun with shape. Okay, so we're making a lot of the stuff coming off of him look like the shapes of kelp leaves. Yeah, fun. As well as our waves. So, kind of preserve what's going on. I'm going to use a piece of paper to prevent some smudging, so I have less work to do once I'm done. So this is going to be tricky. Somewhat tricky, but not too bad. All right. Okay. So all I'm doing now is kind of putting in a couple details on the feet here. I apologize if it seems like I'm going really fast, but I have a lot of shading when I have to do. There's a lot of information going on too as well, so I'm gonna kind of speed up a little bit so I can finish some of this stuff. So I apologize if I'm losing some of you speed-wise. And this is all going to be uploaded to my YouTube channel, so if you missed anything or if I'm going too fast, you can always pause me. That's the cool thing about technology, is that in my demos that I teach my students in class, a lot of times they'd want me to pause too as well, so you have that opportunity to do that. What I've noticed is that a lot of kids or people during the day, if this is on my Instagram, they will watch a little bit, come back to it. Just totally fine. All right. We got a pretty cool drawing so far. Going forward, we just need to now kind of figure out where things are going to go, isolate them. All right. Gonna clean this up. This is a little confusing here. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Doing a little bit of editing here. There we go. Okay. Just cleaning some stuff up. Going forward. Okay. All right. So all we're doing now is kind of filling in the spaces now and creating this dragon. Had a wonderful brunch today, digital brunch with my colleague Holly Letterly and some of our students during our spring break. I know that it's good to always reconnect with folks that you enjoy working with and spending time with, checking in with our students to see how they're doing and progressing during this very difficult time. And figuring out our next steps, really, because we don't really know. Maybe I need to make a digital coloring book. That'd be kind of fun. That anybody can download and engage in. Boredom seems to be the #1 concern for a lot of our students right now. Fighting boredom. And I get that. Even someone who likes to draw no matter what's going on, just like me, we get bored too. I invariably get bored all the time. It's hard. It's hard to find how do you fill the void of time that you would normally use for work and keep yourself busy. It's hard. So yeah, maybe I'll engage in creating some kind of coloring book for people to engage in. It'd be a lot of fun. Hi, Naomi. Sorry, sometimes I get lost in doing the drawing and don't pay attention to people saying, "What's up?" So I apologize if I'm ignoring you guys. My apologies. All right, we are crushing along. I'm just isolating information. Yeah. There we go. So yeah. There we go. So what we're doing is just creating a lot of cool energy in this composition with our marks. That's all I'm doing here right now, is trying to maintain and clean up some of the lines, the searching lines that I like, getting rid of the ones that I don't like or don't want to keep. All right? And trying to just isolate those really cool lines and preserve them and keep them for the final drawing and get that information locked in before I start shading and lose some of that information. If that makes any sense. I hope it does. And not get too confused with certain areas of this drawing. Okay. Now with that long explanation, I'm gonna keep going. All right. Pretty intense drawing. There we go. So again, if you missed anything and you want to come back to this, you can very easily. Just when I'm done with this drawing, I'll be uploading it to my YouTube channel, and you can watch from there. Pause it, do whatever you need for you to draw along. Okay, so we have waves, we have kelp, we have crashing waves, we're gonna have some spray. See that? Spray. Gonna have some darker areas. We got kelp, we got claws. Right? All this going on in one drawing. So here we go. We're gonna start shading now. Now I have a good 30 minutes or so to do this. So I'm gonna go from over here, from left to right. I'm gonna try and preserve like some scales. I'm gonna throw these in here. And if you've watched me do scales before, I overlap them. And I want to put them into the kind of the motion of what direction these are going. So as you can see, I'm gonna curve them as they're going along, but I'm not gonna do too much. I want a lot of that information to be lost because I want the viewer to look at the way things are moving. So I'm gonna have some hints of scales down here, kind of running through, but not too much, and then also kind of fading. See that? Getting lost. All right. Then I'm gonna shade these areas here where they overlap. I'm doing this quickly. Because again, we're back on live Instagram and they only give you an hour. I'm going to shade this area in here. Just like so. For the waves, we're going to do directional shading lines going up. I'm going to use some hard lines here. Oop, there goes my dog. Yes, yes. Yes, my boy. We know you don't like delivery men. Okay. Okay. Lots of energy. Preserving that as best we can. Okay. Again, another wave, directional lines. And I'm preserving some white space to show or give the illusion of light reflection and darker values coming up from the bottom. You can see that? Yeah. This is the kelp stem running through this wave, kind of connecting with this one, going up. Okay. Yeah. I'm darkening those values. Yes. There we go. And for these little floats, these things enable the kelp leaves to float. I'm going to give them a little spherical touch so they look three-dimensional. Okay. Hi, guys. Good morning. So I'm just connecting all these things and how they overlap and interact. Do a little shading. Boom. Same thing over here. I want the claws to kind of stand out, so I'm going to shade around them. Darker values. Boom. See this? Same thing over here. Giving them a little nudge with some shading here, so they stand out. Alright, same thing with the nose on my dragon. Darken these. Oh, thanks, guys. Darken the inside of the mouth. Clean that up. Yep. Directional shading here. Give him a playful grin. Okay. There we go. Boom. Okay. Can switch pencils. Again, shade around the claws so they stand out. And I'm just going through and kind of darkening some of these values and putting some heavier lines, kind of the outline and give description. Again, we're gonna try and preserve as much of these energetic lines as possible as we go through. And just clean up some of the edges that I have with shading. Okay? And this is just ways for us to preserve information that we want our viewers to see. Yeah. Okay. All right, we're cruising. And I'm using, again, directional shading, where I'm using the marks that I make to imply volume, movement, okay? There we go. Okay, we're gonna do the kelp on this side again, using that shading and the movement of the marks that I'm making. To give it form and energy. Okay, you guys see that? I'm gonna go through here, darken these lines a little bit. Again, we're making waves. We want to show that movement as if these are crashing waves. Waves breaking, it's energy, cascading energy. We want to show that. And I'm constantly rotating my pencil so that I'm getting either if I want a smooth edge or a sharp edge, constantly rotating that point of my pencil. Okay, so if I want a nice sharp edge like this, I'm rotating on that clean edge, and once that gets dulled and I want more of a soft edge, I'll rotate my pencil. Just takes time and practice to get good at that. Experience. So kids are constantly coming to me frustrated, like, I can't do that. You know, all it takes is more time and experience. Time in the saddle, per se. Anything that you don't feel comfortable or you're not good at, you can get good at it through trial, error. And kids, you know, kids don't necessarily understand that failure, you know, messing up at things and learning from them is probably the most important thing to growing. And failure is so important. So important. In anything that you do in life. Anything that you do in life. But it's exceptionally important when it comes to art and learning from making mistakes. And I make mistakes all the time. I am by no means a master. I'm still learning every day, coming to work, doing demos every day, messing up on demos too as well, and still learning the craft of teaching. Like, I think one of my old students who sent me a great meme of a drawing demo by an artist who, here's how to draw a panda. And there was 3 steps of, you know, drawing circles, and the 4th one was the finished panda, you know, and so I told her, man, I need to probably slow down. And it's hard for me. It's really hard for me to slow down. So yeah, she got me good with that one. But it's so true. I mean, experienced practitioners tend to fly through demos. So I think sometimes it's for me doing these things, these tutorials. Sometimes it's kind of figuring out, like, do I want to make a cool drawing or do I want to teach something? And sometimes that can be a hard choice, you know, trying to figure out, like, what am I trying to accomplish? Am I trying to accomplish a really cool drawing that's going to look cool on my Instagram, or is it that I want to teach something? So it's a hard decision to make sometimes. Like, and I have these conversations a lot with my wife. I'm like, I want to do this. Well, that sounds kind of boring when I say it out loud. I'm like, oh, that sounds kind of basic and boring. But will students get more out of it? So it's a hard one. It's a real hard one to figure out. What is sometimes best for the student sometimes is not the best thing for the drawing. So it's a conundrum for sure. So if you're just joining me, I'm doing a water dragon. And this particular water dragon is kind of complex. We got a lot going on. And I'm against the clock, so that's why I've kind of sped up a lot for today's drawing. All right, we are getting down to the wire. So all I'm doing now is kind of filling in a lot of information very quickly so that I can get this done before IG shuts me off. So as you can see, I'm darkening lines and cleaning up things as I'm going through. And Now I have 10 minutes to kind of wrap this bad boy up, and I have a lot of shading to do. So I'm going to kind of crush through this really fast. You guys can watch me finish this bad boy up as quickly as I can. Again, I'm using a lot of directional line shading. This is looking a lot like a tattoo design. And I don't really do tattoo designs, but this one is looking very much like one. Maybe an ocean advocate tattoo or something like that. So when I'm doing these in particular, I'm pressing down and pulling, just like so. And I do love the ocean, I do. It's one of my favorite places in the whole world. All right. So these, I'm gonna get a little shading. Again, directional marks. Okay. And last but not least, switch pencils. Constantly switching pencils during these tutorials. I just have to because of time. Okay, on the last portion of the tail here, and I'm just using high pressure. Get these last ones done. Kind of running out of time here. Almost done, guys. Again, if you missed this from the very beginning, you can always go to my YouTube channel. Link is in my bio, as well as for today, I'll be posting this onto my story. So you can watch from there, but if you really want to have some control over your usability with the video, go to my YouTube channel, and that way you can pause, fast forward, whatever you want to do. You'll have that ability to do that. Okay. All right. It's been a good day so far, folks. I hope you continue having a good day during this quarantine time, shelter in place. I know I have had, so far, pretty mellow go of it. I want to thank you guys for joining me today on Wednesday, Hump Day. It's always Dragon Day here at the Creative Quarantine of Russell Loves Art. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Stay home, stay safe, and I will see you tomorrow at 11 o'clock. Thank you.